everyone. Hello, everyone. I am live on my Instagram feed and I am live on my YouTube feed. Welcome to Life's Journey with Benedicta. If you're joining us for the first time, this is Life's Journey with Benedicta. We're here every Saturday to talk about topical issues, to talk about things that we deal with on a daily, things we deal with in our workplace, in our homes, in our marriages, concerning our finances, our careers, regular talk about. At times, we like to talk about them. So those are the things we talk about here on Life's Journey. So welcome to Life's Journey with Benedicta. And remember, this is a very interactive session. You're free to talk about your personal experiences. You're free to share your personal experiences with us. Kendrick Smiles, hello, thank you for joining in. Henry _ the Great, thank you for joining in. Thank you. Akimbulo Tony, thank you for joining in. Thank you all for joining in. So if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Hello Tastebudz, what's up? Victor.abe.92. I'm good and I'm so happy to see you. Official mess, tell your husband to stop talking good stuff. Well, I hope you get to learn from him because he's got so much knowledge to share and he's sharing his knowledge willingly, freely, without charge. So you should learn from it. Anoki one join, thank you for joining in. E-Smoking 1111, thank you for joining in. Akimbola Noye 231 Thames, your wahala too much. Official mess, thank you for joining in. So this is Life's Journey with Benedicta. And on today's topic, we are discussing financial transparency from a woman's perspective. When does money becomes my money? And when does money becomes our money? If you've ever been in a relationship, 27_architect, hi. Jen D1, thank you very much. So we are used to scenarios like this. If you're a woman and you have ever been in a relationship, or you've ever been in a serious relationship, or you've ever been married, divorced, irrespective of the number of times you've ever been married, but the essence is being in an intimate relationship and having to deal with financial issues, finances between you and your spouse. When does it become our money? And when does it become your money? I hear a lot of guys say this, that when women have money, the money is their money. But when the man makes good money, the money becomes our money. Typical example, a working woman in a marriage or in a relationship, a woman goes to work and at the end of the month, she comes home with her income. That's her monthly salary. Hello, Daddy Freeze. Victor.abbey.92. What do you mean? Women's money are their money, while men's money are our money. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I have heard this discussion repeatedly. Men believe that it is true that when women earn, at the end of the month, that money is theirs. But when a man earns, that money is for the family. Why is this case the way it seems? In most marriages, it is like that. And I'm going to tell you from what I have noticed, the reason is this. In majority of marriages in Nigeria, the man earns the higher income. Seriously, from statistics. Men in Nigeria, most men in Nigeria earn higher than their female counterparts. Even in the place of work, you'll see a female chef. I'm going to tell you this for free. A female chef that has put in 5 years, be it that she's a pastry chef, a continental chef, a national chef, whatever it is, she comes in and she earns 50,000 naira a month. A male chef is going to come in and have those same qualifications as a female chef. And he's going to be asking for 80,000 naira or 100,000 naira a month or even 150,000 naira a month. Women have been fighting for pay equality over the years. And the result is this. If you now go into most marriages or into most homes in Nigeria, you find out that the man comes home with a higher paycheck than the woman, because women are still struggling to have equal pay in the Nigerian setting. A man is paid more than a woman for the same job description. If you're a man, you know what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, it boils down to the man coming home with a higher paycheck than the woman. And the wife is aware of this. And she says, honey, your money is our money, but my money is my money. Now listen, a woman comes home with a paycheck of 50,000 naira a month. A man comes home with a paycheck of 2 million naira. What really is her 50,000 naira going to contribute to the home? Nothing, really. It's just left for her to use for her personal effect, like go to the salon at the end of the month, or maybe give 10,000 or 20,000 naira to the mom. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So at the end of the day, the man is earning much more than the woman, and the man has the ability to handle most of the financial burden in the home front than the woman. A country where people are paid based on sex, not skill set, no be juju be that. Yes, Sean_Leds. Yes, Nigeria is way behind when it comes to gender equality in all aspects. Equal pay is not observed in most organizations in Nigeria. I can tell you that for free. It's not news in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, men are bringing in a higher paycheck to the home front than women. But what I have to say as regards to this is transparency. There should always be transparency in any relationship in order for that relationship to work. Financial transparency. Some people are transparent about their emotional needs. They are transparent about their relationships in and outside the relationship. But when it comes to financial transparency, they become withdrawn. So financial transparency is totally different from emotional transparency or other aspects of the relationship. Some people can tell you everything you need to know about them, everything there is to know about their life, but they will never tell you about their finances. I'm here to tell you that in order for a relationship to work, there has to be transparency 360 degrees. You as a woman, you have to be transparent about your finances to your spouse, to your partner. You as a man, you have to be transparent about your finances to your woman. Ibukun says, the problem is global, but the West is making steady progress. Exactly what I've been trying to say. The Western world is making steady progress, but here in Africa, especially in Nigeria, we are not making progress at all. We aren't. It is sad, but that is the truth. A man is going to come in for the same job description and earn more than the female counterpart. So at the end of the day, it rubs off in relationship, it rubs off in marriages. Men come home with a larger paycheck. So back to what I was saying, irrespective of the pay irregularities, or sorry, irrespective of the pay differences between a man. Daddy Freeze and Kitty Freeze sent a request to be in your life. Okay. Daddy Freeze sent a request to be in my life. Yay! I get to see it today. Last week he sent a request and I did not see it. So today I just I'm inviting Daddy Freeze to come on my live. Hello. I love this man here. His wahala is plenty, but I love him.
Hi guys.
Hello. Today you're in my life.
I just wanted to say, for those of you who don't know how to get in touch with Tastebudz Live, there are 320. All of you came down. You've run here. This topic she's dealing with is very, very important. Finances in a relationship, transparency and secrets in a relationship. Let her share her thoughts with you and you might just learn something. So I'm not going to stay here for more than 30 seconds. I love you all. This is a topic you all need to understand and discuss, and there's nobody better than Tastebudz. Somebody said, Olori Guruku couple. What I would have done to you in my life. I cannot come to another person's life and come and display my craze. Just the thing you said, if you know saying a woman born, come my life, come to come. Guys, for the rest of you who have sent, this is a very important topic. Take care. God bless. And glad to have you here. Take care, guys. Listen and learn, oh. Don't say I didn't tell you.
Thank you, Daddy Freeze. Bye-bye. So that is the love of my life. Like, we practically do everything together. Somebody here says we're a couple. That's good. So at least if he's crazy, we are crazy together. In relationship, always get someone that you understand their craze. Because everybody is crazy to a certain extent. We all get craze. Some people craze now 1%. Some they are craze now 50%. Okay? So in a relationship, always get the person when you are in craze. Una they understand una craze. So official whatever it is that said we're a couple. Thank you. So back to what I was saying. Irrespective of the pay differences between a man and a woman, there should always be transparency. Okay? There should always be transparency. It is bad enough that you as a woman, you're working so hard, you're striving to make an income, and that is because you want to create an impact in that relationship. You don't just want to be a sit-at-home wife where everything is being handed down to. For the mere fact that you can work and even take care of yourself is a burden off the shoulder of your partner. So don't look at it as, oh, my partner is earning so much more than I am. Why bother? Why should I even go to work? You know, or fight him over it, or become envious over it. I've seen situations where couples envy each other because of their paychecks. The reason why the envy part comes into the union is because there isn't transparency. I am earning so much more than you are, and I'm rubbing it in your face. I'm not carrying on more financial responsibility in the home front. I am rather spoiling myself with all of my income, and I'm rubbing it in your face. That is not a healthy relationship, and that is the quickest way to end a relationship. So if you are in a relationship where your husband is earning more than you are earning as a woman, or the woman is earning more than you are earning as a man, please do not show off. Do not be secretive about that income. As much as you can, try to share. Try to carry more of the financial burden in the home front. So that way, the woman that is earning lesser or the man that is earning lesser doesn't feel the need to start saying, oh, this is my money and this is our money. You know, when you start showing off, when you start rubbing it in that person's face, that is when all these issues begin to come up. I have seen couples that have joint accounts, irrespective of the fact that the wife doesn't bring in a dime. She doesn't bring in 1 naira. She's a full sit-at-home wife. She takes care of the children. She runs around, makes sure the home is running. The husband still deemed it fit to open a joint account for him and his wife. And I remember what he said on his 45th birthday. The wife had a surprise barbecue for the husband's 45th birthday. And he said this about the wife. He said, I value the job she does. We have 4 boys. She takes care of these boys. She runs my house, which is almost like an estate. She makes sure that I am there to work and to grow in my job. For me, that is more than her even going to work. And because of that, he chose to have a joint account with his wife, irrespective of the fact that the wife is a stay-at-home mom. Do you people realize how much work there is in staying at home and taking care of the children, especially when children are involved? I'm not talking about a trophy wife that has you don't have children. All she does is go to the spa, go to the gym, sauna, facials, nails, and all that. I'm talking about a woman staying at home, giving birth to children, raising these children, attending PTA meetings, making sure that they are top form in their academics, making sure that the home front is running. It is a whole lot of work to be done. So if you're a man and you know you have a woman that is this supportive, a woman that is creating an enabling environment for you to thrive in your job, please do not be secretive about your finances. If you can, open a joint account with this woman. Open a joint account with her. And if you wouldn't open a joint account with her, you can put her on a monthly allowance that makes her happy. And more important, what is most important than even putting her on a monthly allowance is allowing her to know exactly how much you're worth, allowing her to know exactly how much you make. I'm going to give you a typical example. In my previous marriage, I noticed that the house we're living in, the first house, the land wasn't bought in our names, right? And I didn't have any issues with that, you know. I just felt, well, maybe the land was bought before I was married, so no issues about that. So when I was buying my first property, I put my name and my ex's name. You know, I felt whatever it was I was having. When I was even opening my first company, I put his name on my board of directors and I gave him some shares, minority shares in my company, because I felt anything you're doing, you should always give to your spouse. And then I noticed that in the course of the marriage, he purchased other properties and he didn't include my name. So going forward, when I also started making money in my business, I purchased properties and I now put only my name. And then he asked, he was like, you bought land. I noticed you bought land and you didn't include my name in this particular land. I'm like, the ones you bought last year, all the ones you bought last year, I noticed my name was not on it. At least I opened my company and I gave you minority shares in them. So that distrust has been created because you did not lead by example. When you lead by example, your wife will follow, your husband will follow. If you're the first to buy a property and have a will amended, so lead by example. If you're buying properties in your name, you're not including your wife's name. When your wife go blow, when she too go hammer, she's not going to include your name. She's learning from you, okay? It happened to me. We learn, you know, we give in equal measure most of the time, especially when we start out in love. We start out first and we give. And we notice that that giving isn't reciprocated. Going forward, you will learn to do exactly what you have been taught. You will learn to give in equal measure. So I find it difficult when men make money, they don't involve their wife in the money-making process. They don't share the dividends of the money with their wives. And then they now expect the wife to make money and now start sharing with the husband. And when she doesn't, they go say, "I'm a bad woman." Same thing with the man, okay? Same thing with the woman. Some women are so hung up being rich. They are happy that they are wealthy. They are happy that they are doing well. They are the ones with the knife, and they're the ones with the yam, the cuts for the husband the way they want to. So why would you get angry should your husband suddenly hit this jackpot, make some billions, and decide not to share with you, or decide to even get a side chick, or decide to get a second wife? His excuse is going to be that when you had the yam and you had the knife, you weren't fair. You didn't bring him along. So you are a failure as a man if you are successful financially and your success does not reflect on your wife. And you are a failure as a woman if you're successful financially and your success does not reflect on your husband. So as partners, your financial success or your financial woes should reflect on each other. One should not be flexing while the other one is suffering. There is no partnership in that. That is not partnership. That is not my idea of union. That is not my idea of a relationship. A typical example is Daddy Freeze. He supports me 110% in my chosen field. I said, okay, I'm coming to Lagos. I want to continue my career as a chef. He said, fine, if that's what you want to do, I'm going to give you all the support that I can give you. And he does exactly that. He put up my company post, any post that relates to my brand. He tries as much as he can to promote it online. He tries as much as he can to help me financially. He tries everything he can to drag me along. Because if he is successful and he's doing so well, and it is his success, and his success is not reflecting on me as a brand, then he has failed. He has failed as a husband, he has failed as a partner, he has failed in our union. Yes. So please, I want us to understand that financial transparency is key in ensuring that your marriage works. It is key in ensuring that your marriage thrives, not just thrives, but your marriage or your union blossoms. There is nothing like financial transparency in a relationship. It helps to strengthen the bond between a couple. It fuels the love that you claim you have. There was someone that told me, there was a time Daddy Freeze bought me a brand new SUV, and a friend of mine looked at the car and he said, Kai, this guy don't love you for mouth, they love you with action. When they say someone loves you with action, they love no be I love you by mouth. Loves you with action. So I want your love for your spouse to be translated into the way you are transparent with your finances. If you can have a joint account, have a joint account. If you can rewrite your will, include your partner that doesn't have. Carry them along. When you carry them along, they will feel more involved in the relationship. They will feel more committed. So that is my take on financial transparency. So if you've had similar experiences, you'd like to share with us, let me know. I can invite you my live so you can tell us what you think about it. Omoni K. Kade said, but if you let some men know you have more money than them, they might be leaving all the responsibility to the woman. Omoni K. Kade, then that isn't a relationship. If a man will leave all the responsibility to you as a woman because he knows you have the money, then he doesn't love you. He is a financial drainer. He is just there to eat you dry. He is what I call a parasite. In every relationship, there should be a symbiotic your financial relationship should be symbiotic. That's how I'm going to put it. Financial relationship in a union should be symbiotic. It should not be parasitic. Both of you should feed off each other's energies, each other's finances, each other's advice. It shouldn't be parasitic. Omoni Kekeda, that is a parasitic financial relationship where one partner allows the other partner to carry all the financial burden because he now knows that that partner has the money. In a relationship like that, the partner with the higher income is going to be very secretive. He's going to be hiding his or her finances because he knows that this is going to be the result. So please, let us learn not to be financial parasites on our partners. If we become financial parasites, this will make our partners to become secretive about their finances. And we do not want this in a relationship. Keep direct. What if after transparency and the later serve you breakfast? Kifi direct, I don't understand. You mean serving breakfast and I don't quite get that. Victor.abe.92, at least Tastebudz and DF Madness are very intelligent, weary, which is very good. Victor.abe.92, thank you for replying that clown. Krista Madness at don't mind that clown. Chaser, you're making sense with Jerry. Okay. You're trying to, okay. Step Monique says, please ma, how is Yella? We miss her live with Daddy Freeze ma. Oh, Yella is in school. She's busy with school, but whenever she's less busy, she's gonna come on Daddy Freeze live and you guys will all have some fun. We all miss her. I also miss her life with Daddy Freeze. Official matters, I don't have your time. Henry underscore the great 2000 says, "Una Chris, na good one." Thank you, Henry underscore. So that is it. Please, transparency is key. Endeavor. So the pointers for today I want you to take home with. Please do not be a financial parasite. Becoming a financial parasite because you know the financial strength of your partner will result in your partner becoming secretive about their finances. And you do not want your partner to become secretive about their finances. So please, let's not be financial parasites. 2, endeavor to carry your partner along. The partner with the lesser income should be carried along with the partner with the larger income, the partner that has the higher paycheck. Okay, and 3, as citizens of a great country, Nigeria, I believe Nigeria is going to be great again. Please, in whatever capacity that you are working in an organization, try to stand up for equal paycheck. When we preach equal paychecks in companies, the light went off, is going to come back. When we preach equal paychecks in company, when we practice equal paycheck in companies, when we propagate this agenda, we're going to have more and more women coming home with, if not equal pay, going to be something tangible. The reason why women are coming home with very weak paychecks is because in most organizations in Nigeria, men are getting for the same job description as women. So it's a boomerang effect, it's a backfire effect. It's a chain reaction, it goes round. So you're in your place of work, hitting hard that a man should be paid more than a woman for the same job description. That woman might someday end up becoming your wife. And that woman is somebody's wife. And she's going to be going home with poor paycheck. So please, it all goes, and they say what comes around goes around. So these are some of the pointers we should take home with us today. Please, equal paychecks for men and women with the same job description. this would really go a long way with enabling women to bringing home a tangible paycheck that makes some sense. And please let us lead by example in relationships. In every relationship, be open. Tell your spouse what you're making. Let him or her know. When you do the right thing the first time and they do not reciprocate, then you have every right to change your reaction. For example, like I said initially, when I got married, I started my own company. I gave out some minority shares to my partner. When I bought my first property, I included his name, and I noticed he wasn't doing the same. So going forward, as I bought other properties, I stopped including his name. And that is because I noticed that he wasn't doing the same. He wasn't carrying me along. So please, you get as much as you give in a relationship most of the time. Very few instances where you see a woman or a man being a mugu forever. Mugu get time limits. A man can be a mugu for you for a few years, and then he's going to wisen up and see that, this woman is using me, or this woman is just being a parasite. A woman can be a mugu for a man for the first few years, but once she don't wise up and she sees that, man, this guy is not treating me in the same measure in which I am treating him, she's going to change her tactic. Do you understand? So please, let us learn to carry our spouses along so that they too will reciprocate. So I'm going to read some comments on my YouTube. Beyonce says, singer, I'm crazy in love. So good reference. Auntie, continue topic for us with sense. I see you from DF's live. Much respect. Ben Oye, thank you for joining in. Ibukun Oye Funtimi, having a joint account isn't a bad thing to do at all. Exactly. Just like I said, having a joint account isn't a bad idea at all. Please. You can consider that in a trusting relationship. Joint account isn't a bad idea. You can also have a joint account as a couple for the home front, and then you can have your separate accounts. Okay, you can have your separate accounts for your businesses, have separate accounts for your personal stuff, and then you can have a joint account that represents the family financial purse, where all the expenses for running the home is pulled from. Paying fees, paying light bills, paying house rent or mortgage, that can be the joint account. For family vacations, even something as minor as pizza treats, movie, cinema treats, birthday parties for the children, picnics, and gifts for family and friends, all of this can come out from the joint account while you still have your separate accounts, okay? So it's not a bad idea to have joint accounts. So thank you, Ibukun Ogunfetimi, for that. Ibukun Ogunfetimi says, why will someone be with someone in a relationship when there isn't going to be transparency? Ask me, Ibukun, it happens, seriously, it happens. People don't want to disclose their finances sometimes because the finances was gotten from ill means. I hope you know that in some relationship, some men would not condone to getting money from false means, GBT, YO, 419 and all that. Some men, if they know their women are into shady things, they will not be supportive. So sometimes if a woman knows that her money is shady, she might hide it from her husband. Okay? And sometimes if a man knows that that money is shady and the woman will not be supportive of it, Ibukun, that man might hide it from the wife. And that is why you see some men, when they have EFCC case or they have financial fraud issues, their wives are usually shocked because they never for once believe that their husband will be involved in a financial fraud, because the husband never involved the wife, never informed her about it, never carried her along, because all along he knew that she was never going to be supportive of such a business deal. So, Ibukun, that is why sometimes in a relationship you find out that men are secretive about their finances or women are secretive about their finances. I have had a situation, well, I wouldn't say friend, whatever, but I've had a situation whereby the woman got so much money from her ex-boyfriend while in her current marriage. She got some good money. When I'm talking about 200-300 million naira from her ex-boyfriend to float a business. Now, if you're a woman and you did something this shady, how are you going to be transparent with your husband about it? What are you going to tell your husband? How are you going to tell him you got the money from where? So that kind of money, you will code it all, because should your husband find out about that money, that marriage is over. As in, that marriage is over. Money you can't explain. So Ibukun, that is why some women are not transparent about their income, and some men too are not transparent about their income. Income that you cannot disclose to your partner where you got it from. That is not a relationship, if you ask me. But whether we like it or not, relationships like this exist. They exist. They exist. And it never ends well. That's the sad part of it. It never ends well. Ben Nwoye says, just like my wife and I, our financial transparency gives us peace of mind. It's easier to do if you ask me, so long as both parties keep it open. Ben Nwoye, God bless you. You don't need to tell me you have a beautiful, beautiful marriage. Seriously, financial transparency is one thing that is going to give you peace of mind in your marriage, and it's going to give you peace of mind in your life. Do you know what it feels like when your partner knows every financial deals you've been in on? You know, it gives you that kind of coverage, like, you know, I'm sure I know what's happening. They are trying to investigate the cause of deaths because their spouses were never involved. They never knew that their husbands were into such a deal in the first place as to warrant him being killed because of such a contract or because of such a commission or a cut in such a contract. Their wife was never aware of it. So she's thinking, oh, he had an accident, oh, he was just... Why was he assassinated? You don't know. There was a business deal that you were not aware of. So please, let your spouse be your coverage. Let your spouse be a covering for you at all times. Open up to them. Let them know all the financial deals that you're in on. Let them know everything about your financial involvement in your place of work, in your family, whatever it is. Because you never can tell the day you're going to need, and let them always be a witness to whatever you're getting yourself involved in. Financial transparency can only make a union sweeter. It can only make a relationship more enjoyable, and it can only make a marriage more peaceful. Let us learn to be financially transparent with our spouses. And I beg women, my money is earning more. There is a loving way you make him understand that, look, honey, you're making much more than I am making. Can I use this, my little money? That is nothing. Can I just use it to buy one? And let's use your own money for everything. There's a way you can tell him about this, and he's not going to see anything wrong with it. Just tell him that, honey, this month I made 100,000 naira. I'm going to tell you, no, don't buy hair, don't buy shoe. Just let him know. Let him feel that you're bringing him along, comfortable to also discuss his own finances with you. You know, that's why they say, if you're in a gathering, right, and you're not ready to gossip, don't listen to gossip. Because by the time you are in a gathering of 5, 6, BC tells you what happened in her house last week. Tony tells you what happened with her own boyfriend. Yemi tells you what happened in her neighbor's house. There is no way that you will be sitting down listening to all of them talking and you will not contribute. You must contribute, because you've been listening to all of them bickering, telling you their own gist. You also have to contribute. Same here. If as a woman, your meager income of 50,000, you just tell your husband that, honey, this month, oh, got a raise in my office, so I got 50,000 naira. I won't buy one shoe like that with him. For the man that you're discussing it with him, he will open up and tell you that, even me, my place of work, is going to give me 300,000. Some other business gave me like 1M. All na gist, all na discussion. Then when he tells you about it, don't come and make a long list of all the things you want to buy. I want to buy straight hair. There's this Ashwebi next week. I want to buy it. Don't you think we should go to Hilton for the weekend? He's not going to tell you about his income next month. I'm telling you, he will not. So please, by the time you hear the slightest, I got this check from your husband, you now bring out a very long list. I want to do this. Oh, honey, let's do that. Honey, let's do this. He's not going to tell you again. You're the one laying the foundation for secrecy as regards finances in your relationship. So sometimes when you're complaining, my husband is secretive, he doesn't tell me about his finances. My wife is secretive, she doesn't tell me about her finances. I want you to sit down and be introspective. Think about all the lists you give to him or her. Whenever they tell you, there's 2 million naira in my bank account, there's 1 million naira coming in next week. Think about the long list you give to them. And now understand why they started becoming secretive. Some men didn't start out their relationships by becoming secretive. Some men were never secretive at the beginning of the relationship. Women, sit down and ask yourself, at the beginning of your relationship, was your husband secretive about his finances? Wife that is rich. Husband, ask yourself, was your wife secretive about her finances at the beginning of the relationship? If she wasn't, and then later on along the line, she started becoming secretive, the husband started becoming... My phone was overheating, so I had to put it in the fridge so the temperature can come down. I really don't understand this. It has never happened before. So I ended the video. So thank you all for joining in. See you same time next week, Saturday. Remember, this is Life's Journey with Benedicta. If you're joining us for the first time and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to youtube.com/Tastebudz and see you next week, Saturday. And we had loads of interesting food recipes uploaded on this channel earlier on this week. So if you are a foodie or a culinary enthusiast, you just might want to check out the YouTube food videos that we uploaded earlier on this week. So thank you for joining in, and sorry about that break in transmission. Bye.